kako sprečiti odlazak ljudi iz ruralnih područja u gradove i zadržati ih u srpskim selima. Pitanje na koje su studenti arhitekture iz naše zemlje i inostranstva pokušali da daju odgovore.
My name is Oliviero Godi. I come from Italy. I teach at the Politecnico University Milan. I'm actually an architect. I do architecture, mostly building. I work with my wife. We have done building in Israel because my wife is from Israel, in Thailand, in Argentina, in Spain, and some buildings also in Italy. And then since like 7 years ago, I've been teaching also the Politecnico Architectural Design Studio.
I'm Jocelyn from Sydney, Australia, and I'm studying my Masters of Architecture, and I'm just at Politecnico Milano for a semester of exchange, and then there's this workshop that was offered, which is why I'm in Serbia.
I'm Giulia Temin. I'm from Italy, from Milan, and 24 years old. I come from Politecnico of Milan. Currently, I'm living in Jerusalem on exchange program.
When my professor told me there will be a workshop about like in Serbia, the first thing I think, oh, where is Serbia? Because actually in my mind, Serbia is a country maybe located in like South Africa somewhere. I'm sorry, but actually it's out of my mind where is Serbia exactly. But I know there is a boy from Serbia in my previous workshop, are very, very good at some special aspect. So I try to, I really want to understand this country, because if I wouldn't come in this time, probably maybe in my future, in my rest of life, I won't come here like anymore at all. So I decided to come here. I want to find what exactly it will be. I really want to know, something probably I don't know. So this is the reason why I come here.
If I did this workshop, I could do one less subject, so that's like a bonus, but mainly because, it's not that sort of usual to come to Serbia, and like as a tourist, it's not as interesting for me to come as a tourist, but to come here to study, to see sort of a different side of Serbia rather than just visiting tourist attractions in Belgrade. We get to study, like a village, like the one we went to on Monday. Like I would never go there because I don't even know it exists, but now I do, and then we can work on a project, so it's more interesting.
And it was really interesting. I really trust Professor Godi. I had already other classes with him, and I knew that this would have been like a really interesting theme and a really interesting challenge.
I have a degree in international marketing, so I worked for 7 years around between United States and Southeast Asia. And then when I was 33, I went back to school, first at Harvard, at the GSD, the Graduate School of Design, and then to Columbia University in New York. So I graduated at Columbia University in New York. And then when I came back to Europe, after working in England, Spain, United States, of course, and Israel, I had to take again a degree because my American degree was not recognized in Europe. So I finished my third university when I was 41. So it's like 13 years ago.
Tell me, what kind of music do you like?
Music? Actually, I have no any like special preference. I listen to classic music, pop music, rock, punk. Even the industry punk. Industry rock. Sorry, it's a very heavy one.
Can you tell me please something more a little bit about this project and how much is it important for all villages in Serbia and in the whole world?
The whole world. Okay, well,
It's just trying to rejuvenate this sort of topic of dying villages.
And I think that's a good case study because when we went there, it was so quiet, isolated, so like maybe 2-3 residents. And what we're trying to do with the project is sort of add some sort of point of interest or some sort of lifestyle to keep the residents there or draw more people in so that it doesn't die out, just kind of either grows or at least maintain like a steady number of locals living there. So, you know, it's not just a bunch of abundant houses. And so we're just working on different ideas.
The idea came about almost 6-8 months ago when because they have been my teaching assistant at the Polytechnic last year, and before that they were my students. So we have like developed like kind of good friendship more than a collaborationship. And last year we were looking to a possibility to do something together here in Serbia. And they suggested a number of possible alternatives, and we have chosen this one because it's like really, I think, it's a real contemporary issue. This notion of dying villages, this idea that many rural towns and small villages are losing people because they move into the city. And because of that, they basically slowly disappear.
The theme of this project is to approach villages and see what is lacking and what is missing, and to try to bring life in new way to these places.
Mm-hmm. And how would you like to change it?
We are working currently on a project that for us means a lot. The idea of bringing technology and meeting, enabling the meeting of high-tech and low-tech, agriculture and new technologies. And we know that there are many companies that work like this in Novi Sad, and we know that in the area there might be an interest in that.
I have to say, until now, it's our dream. Maybe it's a daydream, but we have a very ambitious idea about it. It's to rebuild it into our spiritual destiny for the people who live in city. Because we know even people they want to live in city, no matter the young generation or the elder generation. But probably when you live in city, there's some problem about the noises, about the pollution, about the people always like busy with the daily life. You don't have time to relax yourself. Absolutely. Probably you have rest in village, but actually you are still thinking about something. So in our way, we try to transform people from think about something to without thinking something.
I never tell the students what I want from them. I want them to express their own thinking, their own ideas, their original opinion in such a way that I also learn from them. So I don't have a solution. I'm looking for them to give me some solution, and then together we try to come to some kind of conclusion. So if you ask me what I expect from them, I expect original ideas, provocative ideas, different ideas, but definitely not banal or traditional or expected solutions.
What kind of music usually do you like to listen?
Oh, any kind. I mean, well, because I come from Australia, what we get is mostly, American, British, Australian music. Not so much European, but for the last few months I've been in Italy. So I've actually heard a lot of Italian rap music, which I didn't even know existed. So that's interesting.
When you came, what was the first reaction?
Everything is like green, 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 flat, 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 and with a lot of very adorable animals, because in China it's very difficult for you to find the rabbit, deer. I saw a deer, really, on the way to here. I saw a deer, I saw a rabbit, I saw a lot of like cows, goats. They're really, I mean, this is my first impression for Serbia. It's a country close to nature, and it's a country really, I mean, friendly to animals.
I don't know. Like I came with the flight from Jerusalem, and I saw I saw the floods in the south coming, and then I was really like all the green that I saw was amazing. And when I arrived, we had a long trip on this very flat land. But this village is really nice. Like we arrived in the evening and nothing was really going on, but in the day, Terra Pannonica and the village around are really like unique and nice.
It's an amazing location because you, for instance, in Vojvodina, you have this vastness of the landscape, this flatness, which is really compelling. You can see the weather changing hundreds of kilometers away, and you have this kind of immense space that we don't have in Italy, for instance. People-wise, they're, as far as I'm concerned, fantastic, very nice, very kind, very gentle.
It's definitely, I mean, there's one thing that really I noticed, like, and I really like, is the frogs. There are frogs everywhere. It's really funny because, I mean, I live in the city, and I hardly come out to the country. And on our first night, we just went walking down the main street of Mokrin, and there's all these frogs everywhere, and people are like, they can't sleep because the frogs are so noisy. But I'm like, so cool, it's nice.
You came first to Mokrin, right? But you went to Grgeteg also. Tell me something about that adventure.
I'm sorry, but I have to say, when I went there, the first impression is I'm sad, really, because from some tracks I can find actually that village, it used to be very, very booming, with a lot of like houses. Maybe a lot of people used to live there before. They depends on the agriculture. They have some life happened. You know, there is a small river, very, very small, but it can be very, very, I mean, a river before. So people they can live there. I mean, along this river, they can share their life there. Kids and the people and the elders, they can live there. But now everything disappeared. That village become like a ghost village. I don't want to say like that, but it is. But when I went to the monastery, the monks there, they are really, really friendly. They recommend us liquid, but that's actually is not made of liquid. It's made of fruit.
We think that Grgeteg is actually like it's very close to the city, and it's a very unique natural environment and historical environment. So there is place for the city to get to a new spot, to a new natural spot, bringing the technologies of the city, but keeping that like healthy environment, healthy work environment that the city could never provide.
We met a very super cool guy in the village G, Glegate, something, and he is like 17 years old, and he told us, and he done like the life in the city. He preferred to live in the village. It's very strange, I mean, for me, but he make me believe that actually Serbian have the potential to make some of the village booming again.
Do you have in Italy the same problem like here in Serbia about going people from villages?
Yeah, for sure. Like from the young generations tend to go to the city because it has a lot of new opportunities. But there is also now like a growth backwards because with the crisis, how much agriculture means something new, as like an escape from the city, a new sustainable option. So some youth is going back.
In Italy, we have this problem of mountain village or very rural areas of the country where people don't want to stay there because they're lacking infrastructure, they're lacking facilities, they're lacking schools, all these kind of things, so they move to the city. And that's a problem because the city were not designed to have so many people, and they are also bringing a number of issues to the city too. So if we can find solution to keep the people in the village, or even to have more people in those villages, we solve a lot of problems, because the people in the village would also cultivate the land. That means the land will be used more, there will be more food production, and this food could go to the nearby towns, therefore reducing the need to import food from the outside.
Well, in Jerusalem I live with music students. They study Middle Eastern music and they do a lot of concerts in our garden, so for now I like that.
You can have more dreams. I wish one day you can, because for young generation, probably because of the pressure come from the job opportunities. For most of the people, they're from depressed, but this is what I wish one day it can be changed, maybe because of the economic problem, but I'm sure it will. Okay.
I would like to see more young people in the streets of these villages. Yeah.
I can't say anything to make it better because I haven't really seen anything bad yet. I think it's nice. We went to a sort of town with I think a language high school, and just walking around felt like, it was a nice place. It was interesting to see the student life, I think. I'm not sure if that's what's normal, but there were just groups of students having lunch in the restaurants, and it even looked like bars, and I was just like, it seems like a very nice lifestyle. They all just like together, spending time.
In the Polytechnic in Milan, I teach in English, so I have mostly foreign students, and I have a few Serbian students. All of them are very high, I can say very high quality students. That means dedicated, quite open-minded, quite interested in developing ideas, and those people are the same, so I can say that they are quite good students, really good students. The preparation here is quite good.
And can you describe them in 3 words? 3 main characteristics.
Like what I say, okay, white, and how to say, optimistic, and another word, sexy.
Well, the ones that I've met are really nice. Yeah, like I've only known them since Sunday night, but like I'm having a good time with them, and they've already invited me to come for like the Exit Festival. That's very nice of them. I've heard it's very cool.
Friendly and sensitive, and I think conscious.
Do you try to speak with people from here in Serbian maybe a little bit? Do you know?
Well, my assistant speaks Serbian, and of course we have 9 Serbian students, so I can only say hvala. That means thank you, that's the only thing I can say. But
would you like me to teach you something else?
yeah, sure.
What you would like to know?
Buongiorno.
Dobro jutro.
Dobruto.
Dobro jutro.
Dubrouto.
Try once more. Dobro
Dobro
jutro.
Dobro jutro.
Okay, hua,
Hvala. Hvala.
hvala. Because you have the pronunciation like deeply from the throat. This is a word I can't pronounce. I'm sorry.
How you say hvala on Chinese language?
Or 谢谢. 谢谢.
谢谢.
Yeah. It's perfect. It's very.
I've only learnt how to say thank you, and I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly.
Try.
Hvala. Is that right?
It's good. It's
Good? Vala.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, I can read the alphabet because I've studied ancient Greek in school in Italy. So like there is some things that come to my mind, and I think that as an Italian we can understand a few things when people speak. But for the rest, it's all new.
I'm an easy listener, but if I have to choose a music, like I like the Cone concert by Keith Jarrett. So if I have to be concentrated, that's my music. It's like a 2 hours concert, so it's really fantastic and it's timeless in my opinion.
Can you tell me please something more about your city? Where are you from?
Bergamo. Bergamo is one of the most beautiful small town in Italy. It is the old town. It's divided into two parts. There's an old town which is on the hills and is all surrounded by walls, built in the 14th century by the Venetians. And then you have the new town at the foot of these hills. Everything inside the old town, you enter through 4 gates, and everything up there is medieval or Renaissance. So it's really beautiful. It's really, and then behind that you have the plains. You arrive, you have the hills, and then the mountain starts. So from Bergamo, in 40 minutes you go to ski. In 30 minutes you go to the lake to swim or to sail. It's in 1.5 hours you are by the seaside. So it's very close to everything. You can ride your bicycle from your home into the park, into the woods. It's very nice.
It weighs 10 million people, population there totally. But actually the density is very, very high there. Like we share very skyscraper everywhere, like over 100 meters. But okay, it's still good. But do you know panda? If I want panda, the animal with the black circle, Kung Fu Panda. This is from my province, from my city. This is all of the world is the only place you can find this animal.
We sort of have, not everything we want, but like at least food-wise, you have so much to choose from. And of course you have lots of, I think there are a lot of Serbians there as well, because one of the guys was telling me he has a family living about half an hour's drive away from me. So that's the best thing about Sydney, probably just so much variety in people, food, lifestyle. Yeah, it's not just koalas and kangaroos.
Milan is a city with great possibilities for young people, and I think that for education it really gave me a lot as an architecture student. And Jerusalem, I think it's the continuation in my growth, because it's a city of conflicts and of happiness and fear. It's a city that has so much, that really has so much, a lot to work on as an architect, with the history, with the land problems, everything that it has.
Will you come back to Serbia?
Yes, because I want to build something here. I want to see, because in China, you know that we always build a building in the city. But here you have the opportunity to build the building in the village and in a very natural environment. And you can see really what the people, they can have. This kind of life is totally different from the you can have now, the people persuade in the modern world.
To build the project I'm going to design. No, any reason. If there's a reason to come, I will, even if it's just for a holiday.
I hope so. I have new friends. I will come back to see Belgrade and Novi Sad. I didn't have the chance.
We would like to repeat every year this kind of experience. And of course, if any other situation or request should arise, why not? Of course, yes. We also work with the Italian embassy the Embassy of Italy in Belgrade with the cultural attaché and with the ambassador, so who knows? People who do architecture, I tell them what I always tell to the people in my class: we don't need a nice looking solution to problem. We need a solution that always trigger a kind of reaction, engage the people that the project are for, and especially whatever they do must be an original contribution to the problem. That means we don't need people repeating what other people have already said. We need personal, original, interesting proposals.